Oh, look at that, guys. Yesterday I put out a video talking about the warranty service with the Staccatos. Now I sent three guns back simultaneously, but really the thing that put me over the top, the thing that put me in a good mood was the service that my XC got. In my mind, it needed an extractor fitted, and yes, I knew the gun was missing a grip screw here, which I really don't know what happened there. But they ended up changing a bunch of stuff from a rusty front sight to changing the entire grip module. And let's be real, like I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. This gun has been shot a lot. I like the gun. The gun was perfectly functional when I sent it to Staccato. And then as far as I'm concerned, it is basically a new gun now. They near as makes no difference, just gave me a new gun as far as I'm concerned. They made the gun perfect. Better than what I expected. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. But a lot of guys in the comments are a little bit skeptical. So we're going to go through your comments and we'll talk about it. Here's a pretty good one. Ben, we haven't seen you as giggly as a 16-year-old girl before the prom in a very long time. That's true. Happy for you, dude. However, I still have a healthy skepticism that anyone can reasonably expect the same level of white glove service from Staccato you got. It's how Staccato treats the rest of us that really counts. Just because we also pay a premium for our guns doesn't mean we have the clout your microphone has. You intentionally dropped one of their guns for a drop test, and they still fixed it. Who else gets to do that? It's true. It's true. And I understand there'd be a lot of skepticism like this. I can tell you I'm definitely on the radar of many of the people at Staccato. But interestingly, the guy that fixed the gun that I drop tested it and I bent the guide rod, he was unaware of that. Like he was unaware that I dropped the gun that way until a couple of weeks ago. And we discussed it and he thought it was a little bit funny. But no, I mean, I understand people's skepticism about Staccato's warranty. I have heard, I would say, similar stories from many other people where they're like, yep, I mailed it back and, they took care of this and that. I've seen the odd story where people are not satisfied with the warranty stuff. But most of the stories I read from other people, like they seem pretty happy. And in any event, even if you don't like the service, like they're paying overnight shipping there and back. And they're going to call you and like tell you what they see on your gun and all that stuff. So it may not be my experience for everyone else. I don't really know that. It may not be the same experience, but I think it's a pretty good experience for most people. I really do think that. All right, now let's go through your comments on the Staccato warranty stuff generally, see what you guys had to say. All right, I'm a nobody, and this has been my experience with Staccatos. Owned 5 of their pistols, and I'm completely satisfied. Yeah, I own 4 Staccato pistols. They've all gone back, and I've been happy with the service with them. All right. I have a couple of Staccato C2s, one for training and one is for carry. My training one with 19,000 rounds started to have 1 to 2 failure to extract every 250 to 300 rounds. I sent an email to Staccato. We had a couple email exchanges over 3 days. They sent me shipping label under warranty, replaced and fitted the extractor, and they shipped it back within a week. It went back to reliable pistol I'm used to. Yes, makes me feel not so bad about the price. Yeah, and that's true. And that's the kind of thing where, yeah, if you shoot 20,000 rounds through a gun, sometimes things change. But the nice thing about a Staccato, yes, you're going to send it back to them and they will fix it. Like if I'm shooting CZ Shadow 2, that's not going to be my expectation. Like I'm going to deal with the extractor. It's not going to get overnighted somewhere. I'm going to have to deal with it. All right. It would be cool to see a video of you competing with a Glock 47, then a follow-up video of how you think it went compared to using a Staccato type gun. Sure, but it wouldn't be that interesting of a video because there wouldn't be that much of an apparent difference between the two. All right, this is why I love Staccato's warranty. They did almost the exact thing to my XC, and I was really surprised. Yeah, so I'll tell you one warranty experience I had with Staccato. When my Staccato P went back to them, I was surprised when the gun came back to me. I'm like, oh, they like touched up the finish, and they made it really nice, and this is cool. The experience with the XC, it's like that, times 10. Just because to me, like the gun is getting a little ratty. Yeah, there's a little rust here and there, and it's missing a screw, but the gun still shot fine. And I just wanted him to fit the extractor, but then they took the gun and like they make it like new, and you open up the box and like, wow, this looks really nice. All right, I too am a nobody, but can tell you Staccato service is top notch. No complaints on the repair to my C2. Great folks to deal with. All right, my hole is still bleeding from the Staccato price tag, but boy, do I love the gun. Yeah, of course, and that's really what it is. Like, you are paying a premium to get a Staccato. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. Like, let's say you pay an extra $1,000 where you could get a similar product from a different company. It'd be similar-ish kind of grade. Like, for example, comparing the new Kimber 2K11. You know, it's like that's even like almost Staccato money, but it's like you compare the warranty service and it's like the Staccato warranty service it's pretty stellar. All right, I ordered my first Staccato and seeing this makes me very happy with my purchase already. Yeah, and that's good. That's the point of the warranty, I think, is that it gives you some confidence like, hey, if there's some issue, at least it's going to be taken care of. Could I take care of it myself? Yeah, usually I can, but it's nice when somebody else has to. All right, I've watched most of your stuff. This may be the happiest I've seen you, a kid on Christmas morning. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm not impossible to please, and I'm not a hater, but when I feel like I get something extra that I wasn't really expecting, yeah, you're going to see that. And that's what I felt like, especially with the XC coming back. It's like, whoa, this feels extra. It feels better than. All right, another one. The first class analogy was spot on. Yes, so I did make a comparison, comparing like Staccato service to buying a first class plane ticket. Now, economically, a first class plane ticket is kind of dumb. You're spending double or maybe triple the price of a economy class ticket. You're going to ride in the same plane. You're going to get to the same destination at the same time, right? It doesn't really make much sense, but it's those little extras that you get that make you feel like you're like, oh, okay, I could see maybe booking that first class ticket if I had the money because of this, and this extra thing, right? Like you're getting better food. Your seat is 4 inches wider, whatever. It's about making you feel like you're getting more, even though you're not getting that much more. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same sort of ride. All right. If there has ever been a video of Ben where he loves his hair being brushed for him, it's this one. Glad you got the service you wanted and deserved. I like having my hair brushed, man. It's nice. All right, based on my experience with both Staccato and Atlas customer service, I can confidently say that Staccato has been far more responsive and accommodating to my needs. That said, Nighthawk Custom still sets the gold standard for customer service in my book. But that's rooted in my own personal experience with each of these brands. I haven't heard about Nighthawk service. I mean, they're charging a premium for the guns, so I would hope they have good service. I'm glad it worked out for you, Ben. I hope they treat the rest of their customers with the same level of service. I'm not planning to buy a Staccato anytime soon, but this is something to consider if I ever get serious about buying one. Yeah, I think so. I think like the warranty is a big part of the appeal of buying a Staccato, and it's why Staccato's a lot less appealing. Like if I didn't live in the United States and I was like importing a Staccato to my country, it would be a lot less interesting of a product because then you're not getting the warranty. All right, my XC was having extractor issues. They gave me the shipping label within 24 hours. I had my gun back within a week with a new extractor, brand new grip in less than a week. Honestly, I was starting to lean towards other 2011 manufacturers, but the warranty was so amazing, definitely sticking with Staccato. And that's a little bit how I feel, you know? I can say whatever I want about the experience I've had with the products. The XC is great. The P, the Staccato P I have is good. It does what it's supposed to do. The HD line has been, I wouldn't really say a letdown because I wasn't expecting it to solve my problems for me. But it's like it hasn't been that interesting. The HD4 needed to get updated. The 4.5, like it's not extract, whatever. But then you have the warranty stuff on top of that, and it makes me feel better about the whole thing. It's just true. All right, we got super lucky. The wife and I upgraded to first class on one flight in our entire life, and it turned out to be a flight that got delayed 4 hours. We ended up on the plane for 8 hours. The free drinks and good food was a massive perk. Oh, and getting off the plane first was the best. Yeah, flying first class is awesome. But I mean, I get it as a frequent flyer. It's not something that I can get myself to pay for, right? But if the airline upgrades me because I fly all the time, like that's cool. All right. I was unexpectedly bumped to first class on my way back from visiting family overseas. The swish of the curtain the flight attendant did that separated the haves and kind of haves is worth it alone. Yes. No, first class is definitely better. The question is, how much money is it worth to you? That's the question. Staccato has the best customer service I've had from any manufacturer. Yeah, that's cool. If only Masterpiece Arms could watch this video and understand customer service. I don't know about their customer service. Again, it's a high dollar item. I would hope that it's good service. I would hope, but I don't know. Let's see if there's anything else interesting here. Seeing Ben beat the daylights out of Staccatos and seeing secondhand how well their warranty service is makes me want a pair of Staccatos. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Here he says, justifying $6K for a few pews plus money for optics and more money for mags and holders. Maybe I'll just keep being poor. Yeah, like this whole thing, like justifying the price of stuff. I don't know who you're justifying it to. I don't know that you can really justify it because you can buy a functional gun that is very good and it's going to be nowhere near Staccato money. But that's not really the selling point of the Staccato stuff, if you ask me. The price is high, but essentially they will renovate the thing for you indefinitely. Mine is over 5 years old. Had my first legitimate problem with it after all this time. They took it in for service and had it back to me in just over a week. I lost track of how many rounds I've had through it, but I shoot matches almost weekly for the entire 5 years of ownership. I appreciate the pistol for what it is, and the service remains impeccable even as they've grown. I can't say about most of the big striker companies. Yeah. Here we go. Well, guys, I didn't know Ben was a diver. Oh, yeah, I was wearing my Helldivers hoodie for that shirt. Yeah, guys, Helldivers, come on. They've kept the game interesting for a while now. It hasn't really fallen off. You know, they keep putting in new stuff, so we'll keep playing it. Anyway, that's enough for me. Happy with the Staccato service. I mean, that's the bottom line for me. And I think a lot of people, that is a selling point to them, and it should be.